Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. So in today's video we are going to be talking about Hansi Flick and what are the possibilities of this German coach actually coaching Barcelona in the next season, which is going to be the 2021-2022 season. Then we're going to be moving on towards the swap deal between Antoine Griezmann and Joao Felix. So if you guys are new here, welcome to the channel and let's get to it. So starting with Hansi Flick, this has been a coach that has been rumored to go to FC Barcelona ever since Barcelona did experience that loss against Celta Vigo at the Camp Nou. And the main reason why this is happening, it is because ever since that day, it has been said that Ronald Koeman could be leaving the club. And one of the coaches that could replace Ronald Koeman and has been reported around the media, it is Hansi Flick. And I do want to go back to that quote that Joan Laporta has given out to the press, because he did say that Barcelona were eliminated from the Champions League very early and that Barcelona lost the league title in a very incomprehensive way. And the way that he put out those words, right, it really did seem like Joan Laporta was not impressed, because he could have said towards the press and say Barcelona pulled off a remontada, we were in 13th place and we went all the way to the top 4. These players did very well on what they could and that things could have been a lot worse. Joan Laporta could have said that. He could have been a lot nicer and say that this Barcelona team is doing its absolute best. But Joan Laporta did not say that. Joan Laporta said that we got eliminated early and that this is what did happen in the league and that it is not good enough, and the main reason why we are pulling off this restructuring within the club is because right now things are not okay. And one of the coaches that can actually bring Barcelona back into a very dominating Barcelona, it is Hansi Flick. But we do have some very reliable reports stating on what is the future of Hansi Flick and would he ever go to FC Barcelona. And it says here that FC Barcelona is very interested in signing Hansi Flick, just like other European clubs like Juventus. But nothing has changed in Flick's plans. The only thing that Flick is waiting for is the final details within the contract with Germany. Hansi Flick's final goal is to coach the German national team and become Löw's successor. That is what Hansi Flick does want to do. So everything does indicate that Hansi Flick is going to be the next coach of the German national team. And then we also do have Christian Falk, who is another very reliable source, stating that what is not true is that Hansi Flick will be the next coach of FC Barcelona. What is true is that Hansi Flick will be the coach of the German national team after the 2021 Euros. So in a way, we could knock out the idea of Hansi Flick becoming the next coach for FC Barcelona. But what I do want to talk about is going to be this. Let's just say that there is a possibility, right? Because we can never say never until he actually does say that he is going to be the next coach of the German national team. But what would happen if Hansi Flick were to join FC Barcelona? And I'm going to be pointing out some very interesting key points, because when it comes to this coach here, seeing the way that he does coach Bayern Munich, he is going to be demanding a lot from his players, and he is going to want his players to stick to their specific roles. The way that he does want his team to press and bring the intensity to these players, he would want to reinstore that to these Barcelona players, because at the moment you and me know very well that Barcelona are not exactly this. They are not the team that can press 100% of the time, and they are not the team that will bring the intensity 100% of the time. Hansi Flick does demand exactly that from the players. Another very interesting key point is he is very pro on wingers, because you look at the way that Flick has been using Gnabry and Sané on the right flank and on the left flank. So as you can imagine, right, he would add great emphasis towards players like Francisco Trincao, Dembele, Ansu Fati, 3 players who are extremely talented, and who knows what Flick could do with these 3 players. Another interesting key point would be Serginho Dest. What would happen with Serginho Dest? Would he play as a left back? Would he play as a right back? Would he be playing as a right winger? Because we have to remember, 9 to 10 months ago, Bayern Munich was competing with FC Barcelona to bring Serginho Dest in, and Bayern Munich greatly wanted this player. So Dest would become a very important player under Hansi Flick. And then the last interesting key point would be going back to the original key point, which is if Hansi Flick were to reinstill the pressing game to Barcelona, and knowing that Messi is going to be within that front line, how are you going to be able to cope with that? Are you going to have the players make up for the fact that Messi can't press 100% of the time? Or are you going to actually make Lionel Messi press 100% of the time? What is Hansi Flick going to do? This is a problem that he did not have at Bayern Munich. But at the end of the day, these are probably going to be questions that would never get answered, because I just do not see Flick going to FC Barcelona. But what I do see though is Joan Laporta at least trying to convince this German coach to come to this club, because we do have to remember that Joan Laporta is on a mission and that he does have a huge goal, which is to renew a player like Lionel Messi. And it says here, according to Ben Ayal, Messi wants to stay in Barcelona and is open to this possibility, provided there is a successful sporting project in place. His priority has always been to listen to Barcelona first. He is only waiting for Joan Laporta to make the first step. Messi is tired of going through success successive defeats, hence why he is waiting for Joan Laporta to make the first move. A delay in the renewal does not indicate that he is leaving. So if Messi is expecting that first step, Joan Laporta is going to be needing at least an agreement coming from Hansi Flick, because I just do not see Laporta going up to Lionel Messi and saying that this is what we're going to do, but we do not have the coach yet. Joan Laporta is going to be needing an answer on who is going to be that coach, but right now it really does seem like Flick is not going to be within those conversations. And then going on towards the next topic of today, and we are going to be talking about Antoine Griezmann and Joao Felix. So there has been this rumor going on in the media stating that Atletico Madrid and Barcelona would try and work out a deal, which would be to swap Joao Felix and Antoine Griezmann. And I get it, right? It's a very interesting move because Griezmann has played for Atletico Madrid before and Joao Felix is a very talented player, and it would be very interesting to see a player like Felix go to FC Barcelona. So this did attract many people in the media, but I do want to clarify this swap deal and what's actually going on here. So we do have a story coming from Marca, who has stated that Atletico Madrid considers Felix to be untransferable. In addition, they believe a swap deal involving Felix and Griezmann is almost impossible, especially knowing it would be very difficult to pay the high wages of the French forward. Then as we continue here, we do have the Atletico Madrid president who has told Cadena said he spoke about Griezmann and he said this: "He is a magnificent player and I hope to get him back, but I don't think Barcelona want to get rid of him. Any team would be delighted to have a great player like him." Then he went on to speak about Joao Felix and he said this: "There is no possibility of Felix leaving this summer. He has to adapt. The day he does take off, he will become one of the most important players in football. The players aren't machines." And then he recently did just say a couple of hours ago and has informed another news outlet, Vamos, stating that a swap deal involving Griezmann and Joao Felix, it is a topic completely invented by the press. So it is safe to say that this rumor of the swap deal between Griezmann and Joao Felix is out the door. It is not true. But here's the one thing that we need to clarify. The fact that we are hearing this story not being true and that this swap deal would never happen, this also does not mean that Barcelona do not want to sell Antoine Griezmann, because we do have to remember there has been reports stating that Barcelona's intentions would be to sell Griezmann, but only if the right offer does come in the summer. And let's stick to this for a second, right? Because if the intentions from Barcelona is to sell Griezmann, but only if the right offer does come, and now we are hearing that Barcelona do plan to negotiate with Griezmann on lowering his wage, something very interesting might happen in this summer. I do not know if all of this is going to accumulate towards Griezmann saying that he would like to exit the club. I do not know if Barcelona are going to make it very clear that they do not see Griezmann as a very important player, but there has been an extreme amount of information from Barcelona and they have made it very clear that they do not see Griezmann as a very important player moving forward. And I understand, right? We have talked about it before that Griezmann with Barcelona in this current season, he has played very well and he has showed up in very important games. But there is a conversation where under this current Barcelona, Griezmann does play very well. But if Barcelona want to have a revolution and they want to have a restart and go back to how Barcelona should be playing, and they have been playing between the years of 2008 and 2015, it's going to be extremely hard for Griezmann to find a place within the starting 11, because Griezmann is a player that is a central attacking midfielder. Griezmann is a player that can play as a second striker, and he is certainly not a striker. And if Barcelona go back into their roots and play actual Barcelona football, if they were to use a front three, for example, using a false nine, there is no position for Antoine Griezmann on the right wing or on the left wing or as a false nine. If we were to go to another alternative, and let's just say that Barcelona end up using a front three with a striker instead of a false nine, I still do not see Griezmann playing as the striker or playing as a left winger or as a right winger. So it is a very difficult moment, not just for Antoine Griezmann, but for FC Barcelona, because they do have to find a conclusion on what to do with a World Cup winner like Antoine Griezmann. But that's going to be it for today's Barcelona Daily News. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.